the Executive Director of the Convention and Visitors Bureau. And today I'm lucky enough to find 3 more vendors who don't have a second job or aren't busy out knitting whatever it is they make. And so I want to introduce everybody in Little Falls and the surrounding area to people, the people that are behind the products at the shops of Little Falls. The program's been going on. We're going to continue through 2017. So today, before we meet all our vendors, I've brought Jackie with me, I've brought Gwen, and Kathy. And today we're going to share with you some secrets we have. Today, I want to learn some secrets because I don't know how to make a quilt. I'm not sure what those bracelets are for, and those lovely washcloths that are made of cotton, I want to discover a secret. So today what I'd like you gals to talk about is the products that we have in the shops, what brought us to the shops, what you like about the shops, and maybe a new friend that you met. We'll start with Jackie.
Well, I'd like to talk about everybody else's because there's so many cool things there, but I quilt, and I started quilting about 15 years ago. I can't sew a garment if my life depended on it, but I can sew straight seams, and I learned to love quilting. My favorite part is picking fabric, and through that I've started doing other things like some dish towels and table runners and a few things. But what's important about quilting and what I want to say about quilting today is that years ago, quilting used to be something people would do with their garments as a way of repurposing things, and they would cut things apart and sew them back together and make bedding. I think the trend has moved more towards people going into stores and quilt shops and buying fabric, lines of fabric, and then putting that together to make beautiful quilted designs. And these are just a couple of samples that I have with me. And so when you go into a quilt store, what you need to know is you're going to pay about anywhere from $10 to $16 for a yard of fabric. The bigger quilt I have underneath here is a full-size quilt, and that has approximately 10 yards of fabric, if not more, in it, as well as about 4 to 5 yards of batting. So there's about $100 in materials in a quilt up front just to get started to make something about a twin or a full size. A little less for something smaller. So quilting has become a neat way of putting things together, but it's not always the most inexpensive quilt. So if somebody makes a quilt for you and has bought fabric, truly appreciate it because there's a lot of effort and energy in it. My favorite part, of course, is picking the fabrics and putting it together. So I could make way too many quilts from my stash at home.
When you make a quilt, how much time do you put into it?
It depends upon the intricacy of the pattern. You know, the easier the pattern, the quicker it goes together, of course. But if it's a more complicated pattern with lots of pieces, it goes together more slowly. Right now I'm working on something called a Gypsy Wife, and one of the blocks has 36 pieces in it. And I probably have about 24 hours in that quilt, and I don't even have the top piece yet.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I guess I'm going to introduce the next person, and the next person I'm going to introduce to you is Gwen Martinson. I didn't know her from before the shops, but I married a Randall boy, and I learned she was from Randall, so here we go.
Thank you, Jackie. I'm Gwen Martinson from Randall, as Jackie said, and I have Rustic Diva Design. I have a few items at the shops. I do jewelry, and I also do bath and body products. My jewelry is aromatherapy jewelry, or diffuser jewelry as some people call it, which uses essential oils. So the lava stones that you see on my bracelets are used to carry the essential oil of your choice. So whatever scent that you like, you just put a couple of drops on those, on the lava stone, and that's what holds your essential oil. I also make bath and body products, which you see here, which I have quite a variety of. I have body butters, body scrubs, I have soaps, I have bath soaps. I also have one item for men, which is beard oil, which has been very popular lately. I have 2 scents in the beard oil right now. So quite a variety. I have gift sets put together right now for the holiday season. I do like to change my scents, my products. I'm always coming up with something new.
I have a question.
Yes.
If I was curious what beard oil would do, share with me what it would do.
Beard oil is made to soften, condition, and tame your beard. So the oils that are in there are made to do that.
Very cool.
So I've only been doing bath and body products for about a year. I started with the jewelry, been doing craft shows. I did that first, and then I wanted to add some variety to my jewelry line when I was doing craft shows. So I decided to add the bath and body products to my little company, and so that's where I started. I started with the body butters and the scrubs, and then I just kept adding different products to my line. So always something new. And so through the craft shows, that's how I met Kathy. We did a craft show together in Randall last year, and so that's how we met.
So I'm Kathy Erickson, and I do knitting and crocheting mostly, and I have some products that I brought along today. The popular things are the crocheted top kitchen towels that hang on refrigerators or whatever for the handiness in the kitchen. And I do the crocheted 100% cotton dishcloths that are here. And you mentioned, Chris, about secrets. And there is a little secret to the 100% cotton dishcloths. They don't smell like the synthetic ones. So sometimes if you have a sour dishcloth, you might think maybe if it was 100% cotton, I could get away from that. And I have scrubbies, and those are made with 100% cotton and 100% nylon netting. And they are really handy and popular amongst the people in the kitchen. I make knitted slippers, and a lot of people say that it reminds them of when they were growing up because their grandma would make them knitted slippers. And lately I have made some walker bags. I guess I'm thinking of the older generation, and people with walkers sometimes need a bag in order to carry things from room to room or so forth. And so I have those. And another interesting thing is my husband and I go a lot of places by car, and whenever we go to a strange town, I have them stop at this store and that store to see what they have for towels. So I have quite a variety of the kitchen towels, and I enjoy making those, and they do work out really nice for gifts, or they're handy. People get them and they know what to do with them. They don't wonder, now what am I going to do with that? And another interesting thing about Jackie is I've known Jackie before, and my mom did her bindings on her quilts, and she enjoyed doing that, so there was always connection with Jackie. And I've been with the shop since it opened in mid-June, and I've done lots of craft fairs, and this is really a neat way for people to display their things that they make, and also for people that come in order to shop. There's a lot of neat items, neat things that people have made, and it's a great place to visit. It's interesting, and you'll see a lot of interesting things there.
I have a couple of things I've noticed. Your research and development, that's what I'm going to pull out of this. All you guys have different products. The time that you put into them to make the quilts, to figure out what the jewelry looks like for the essential oils, to fragrance your body butters or your creams, and then to discover what people want more. Do they want a scrubby? Do they want a washcloth? What sells the most? So have you been happy with your success in being a vendor at the shop so far? How about we just, who has a good, happy experience?
Well, I've been satisfied and happy because I have been selling my items, and I feel if I'm selling them, people must be happy about getting them, and so I'm thinking it's a good experience for all.
How about price point? I notice people in Little Falls and the tourists that visit seem to buy things, and then the dollar amount associated, it's not a huge commitment sometimes, or they're out looking for that special present. Has anybody said to you what they think of the interior of the shops? Is it like Nissawa in a box, or what does it look like? What do they say to you when you're in the store?
I work at the front counter
Yeah.
pretty often, and we had somebody come in that was so excited that they actually wanted us to ship home to them the item that they were purchasing, and home was from Colorado. They loved the shop. They loved the variety. They just loved everything about it. And so people that come in are just really excited about the painting design. It's a cool old building that's been repurposed. It looks wonderful, and it just makes them feel comfortable when you walk in, and everybody's booth draws you in, and it's all comfortable. I mean, it's just really a nice atmosphere.
All right, how about Gwen? I'm going to pick this one. I had a gal walk in the store the other day, and she said, my friend Gwen sent me over. And just to know that word of mouth and networking between friends and colleagues is working great for Little Falls. So share with me a story when you said, hey, I have a booth at the shops of Little Falls. Did you share that with someone and they said, oh, I want your stuff?
Yeah, I share this all the time. People ask me about my products, or I talk about my products everywhere I go. So I have a Facebook page. I have an Instagram account. Every time I post something on my Facebook page, I always tag Shops of Little Falls, so you can find both of us at the same time, whether it's a new photo or a new product or something to promote what the shops is doing or what I'm doing. I always post both. So that's how I spread the news about the shops and what we're doing and what I'm doing at the same time. So people find me that way. Otherwise, I carry my products with me sometimes. I will sell right out of my truck. And, or whatever, someone will stop me at my business in Randall and say, do you have more of this because I love it? Or bring this with you to work because I'm out. So I do it all the time.
Excellent. Well, because of you gals and all your creativity between the three of you and the other 47 vendors, the Shops Little Falls is doing very well. The curbside location, fun. Seasonal decorations, way too fun. I heard that they're going to do something and maybe start marking the lanes and use Little Falls names. Linden Hill Lane, Rosenmeyer Lane, Lindbergh Lane. So I look forward to seeing what is to come for the shops with all the changes, since they will be there through 2017 and maybe forever, depending on how successful you guys are. So thank you for sharing with the community of who you are, why you're here, and what you have. And thank you very much, ladies. Have a beautiful day. Chris Bomberg, Little Falls Convention and Visitors Bureau.